will defend the goal to our right to the north. Cowgirls will defend the goal to our left. Michaela Ungaro in goal today for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. And the goalkeeper, McKinley Crone, in goal today for the Oklahoma Sooners. Sooners kick off, match underway, and immediately the Cowgirls take possession. Haley Woodard into the forward end, broken up by the Sooners, and brought over here to the near wing. Cowgirls trying to run it back down, and we get a foul. Reach in here on Haley, and that'll be the first foul of the match. About 20 seconds into the match, and Oklahoma State will see OU have a free kick from about the 30-yard line. Cowgirls in the dark uniforms, if you're watching on Facebook Live on OKState.com, and the Sooners in the cream tops, crimson numbers, crimson shorts, and the crimson socks today. Again, moving from our right to left in the first half here at Cowgirl Soccer Complex, where our crowd continues to grow, and we'll have probably close to a sellout today for this one. Sooners attack quickly into the forward end on the near wing. Erica Yost cleared away on a cross by Oklahoma State, and now kind of a push there, but nothing called as Madeline Brem kind of got into a Cowgirl player a little bit. Here's a blast from outside the 18 by Ledbetter. Emma Ledbetter, the freshman from Edmond North. That ball was blocked out past the halfway point to the middle of the ground. So now the Sooners are coming in, attacking again here. And a little touch pass comes into the 18, now into the 6, and Ungaro just falls on it and picks it up, and they'll punt it away from the 18-yard line. Temperature is 92. It feels like 95. We do have a little bit of cloud cover, but it's intermittent. And a southeast wind at 20 miles an hour that, when you get behind these buildings here to our left behind us here, makes this kind of less of a crosswind here and more of a straight down the field wind. So the Cowgirls have the wind at their back here in the first half, but here come the Sooners. Erica Yost up the near side, takes it on the wing. Double teamed over here, gets around one man, now another, tries to cross it from the corner, and it comes right to Ungaro near the near post, and she'll punt it away. Head coaches are Matt Potter, of course, for the Sooners in his 8th season, actually, I should say. And for the Cowgirls, Colin Carmichael, his 22nd year here at Oklahoma State, and 13th overall as the head coach. Ball played back to the halfway line where the Cowgirls look to set up defensively. Cowgirls go with Julia Lenhart, J.C. Jones, Elise Hahn today, Marlo Zoller, Charmaine Morgan, Lauren Tressfield, Ayla Ungaro in goal, Khumba So, Claire Ganser, and Haley Woodard. As again, missing out of the lineup today, again, Anna Beffer and Kristen Staraguza. Ball kicked deep into the Sooner back end here, and it'll be a goal kick for Oklahoma as that ball went across the back line. Their keeper again, McKinley Crone, a freshman out of Maitland, Florida. The rest of their lineup, Christina O'Donnell, midfielder sophomore from California. We talked about Madeline Brem a little bit ago out of Flower Mound Marcus, out of Texas. Kyle Escobedo, who had a good match the last game against Oklahoma State for the Sooners. Redshirt sophomore out of Phoenix. Kaylee Dow, probably their best player from Jenks. She's a forward midfielder, 5'7", redshirt sophomore. Tory Bowman is a senior from Colleyville, Texas. Sooners try on the attack again. Erica Yost down the near side, looks for the cross. Nobody in the back side of the play, and that ball's going to go to the sideline for a Cowgirl throw-in. Erica Yost is a freshman from Fountain Hills, Arizona. Paige Welch, junior out of Austin, Texas, in defense. Jordan Hobart is a defender, a junior out of Broken Arrow, out of Tulsa Union. And we mentioned earlier Lizzie Llewellyn, a midfielder, a senior out of Leawood, Kansas, from the Kansas City area, and that's the Sooner lineup today for Coach Matt Potter. Sooners have won 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams, but the Cowgirls won 2-1 back in August down in Norman. And the Sooners on the attack again here as we played 3.5 minutes. There is no score. Forward end is Ledbetter. Sends it over on the wing, knocked away, and now they'll just play it back across the ground to the near side, and that's Brem coming up out of the backfield, broken up by Woodard. Haley trying to steal it. She'll take possession. And now the Cowgirls with a cross at the halfway line, trying to get it over to their own man to set something off offensively, but Kaylee Dow intercepts. This is probably not as an experienced Sooner team this year as last year or the year before, but I think they're quicker, a faster reacting team. Here's Welch, a ball down on the far side. Now trying to run it down over there for the corner. Now back into the middle of the ground. And a shot there by Ledbetter is blocked. And another blast from way out is blocked. That time out top by Hobart from about 30 yards out. Couple of headers here. The ball still on the ground. And now sending it back up the ground, the Cowgirls to Woodard at midfield, where she will find, here at the center of the ground, J.C. Jones. Jones down the center, and the Cowgirls can't get to it in time. They were onside, but the problem was the ball was ahead of everybody, and that allowed the Sooner goalkeeper, McKinley Crone, to make the play. Crone has played in every minute of every game this year, has one shutout, a 2-6-1 record, 40 saves, 13 goals allowed, and a 1.4 goals against average. For Michaela Ungaro, 9 games, 642 minutes, 7 goals allowed, a .98 GAA, 23 saves, and a 5-1-2 record. Sooners back on the offense, back on this near wing in front of us as they go right to left. As Erica Yost is in the forward end, sets it up now over here in the corner for Bowman, and we get a foul, a push by her from behind. The Cowgirls will get a free kick over here on the near sideline. Defensive end, again, they go from left to right when they have the ball. So this will be set up by Elise Hahn. Our referee today is Les Stalmack. He's the one blowing the whistle. Assistant referees today, Jerome Schrock and George Taborda, are working the sidelines. Kyle Trimble is the official at the sub table down in front of us to our right. Ball's headed into the forward end by the Cowgirls. Woodard will chase this down to the corner. She is 1v1 over there with Welch, now taken off her feet. Ball's played back to the keeper by Madeline Brem, and it'll be the Sooners' ball. I have to get it out of there, though, as Woodard comes into the box, kicks it forward, and the Cowgirls get a set over there by Ganser to bring it forward, but it's intercepted by the Sooners, and they'll come the other way. Cowgirls are in the dark uniforms today, white numbers, and a whistle, and offsides called here by our near side official, and I believe that's Jerome Schrock, and the Cowgirls whistled for offsides. So it's a free kick for Oklahoma from just about even with the 18-yard line. 38:30 to go, first half. Cowgirls scoreless here with Oklahoma. The Bedlam Series presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma and our partners Anheuser-Busch, Homeland Grocery, Life Share Oklahoma, and the Oklahoma Blood Institute. Sooners play the ball down the far side. Cowgirls cut them off for the moment. They look for some help. Now bring it into the edge of the square, and they'll just kick it to the sideline. That'll be a throw-in over there for the Sooners. Dressfield knocked that ball to the fence, and more work continues. We see something almost every day that we drive by here and look at the Cowgirl soccer complex, as this place will be a completed facility that will seat 2,000 people, a $20 million project that will be finished next summer. Right now, everybody sits over here, including us, and we watch the Sooners and the Cowgirls. Here's a cross to the 18, toward the 6, cleared away by the defender, and knocked back out to the center of the ground where the Cowgirls look to turn it and bring it the other way. This is J.C. Jones into the forward end. Well, not quite yet. Sooners try to break it up. Cowgirls now send it forward, looking for Tressfield. That ball is kicked way over by the sideline. A header by Oklahoma State keeps it in the forward end. Tressfield knocks it down for the moment, and it's cleared back to the middle of the ground where Hahn and So try to break it up. Sooners will take possession, though, with Tory Bowman. Again, going in white from our right to left here in the first half. No score as we're in the 8th minute of this match. Played forward and across the line, Ledbetter into the forward end. A foul here on Oklahoma State. They'll call Marlo Zoller for that foul. So a free kick for OU, and this will be about 15 yards to the left of the halfway line. And we'll see how they set this up. Bowman will take the free kick. Tory Bowman is a senior out of Colleyville, Texas, out of Grapevine High School, a 4-year starter for Coach Potter here at OU. And we wait the official to set the ball for play, and we'll be ready to go here with 36:20 to go in the half. Kicks it across the ground to a player coming in on the wing. She'll shoot it into the square, and a line drive comes right to Ungaro with 2 players from OU coming toward her at the 6-yard line. So she had to make that catch, kind of like a fair catch punt, and avoid the contact and losing the ball. She sends it the other way. Quickly, OU runs it down. Like I said, their speed, I think, better this year than it has been the last couple of years. They've been outscored 13-6 in their 9 games so far this year. 2-1 the score when the Cowgirls winning in Norman. First time in 5 meetings here back in August. Sooners trying to play it forward. Cowgirls break it up for the moment, and now Sooners have it back at midfield and play it down the ground. They'll send it back into the defensive end past the halfway line and start over with their defenders. Welch over here on the near wing takes it to Brem. He'll send it deep down the sideline, looking for Erica Yost. Yost 1v1 over there with the Cowgirls player. Armay Morgan breaks it up for the moment, but they're able to center way outside the 18s. All are trying to run it down. A little pushing and shoving there, but a nice play really by both players. Ledbetter was the other one to keep them fouling each other. Cowgirls take the possession, send it forward, looking for Woodard on a 1-3 set there, but the problem was the ball passed everybody, and the keeper just able to clear it out of the 18. Crowd continues to grow here at the Cowgirl Soccer Complex. Still room for you, so come on out and enjoy the action. If not, keep it where you are, and you'll catch all the action through the end. Sooners play it forward outside the square. Player gets tripped up, no foul. Play on, says the official, and now the ball to the sideline. A throw in for Oklahoma near midfield. We played a little more than 10 minutes. There is no score. Neither team has really had a shot on frame yet here in this first half of play. 45-minute running clock, except for timeouts, injuries, or scores. And penalties, such as a card. Other than that, the clock runs. Sooners can't center it, and now the Cowgirls clear it all the way down to the other end of the ground, but the keeper, McKinley Crone, is able to take it. She'll just dribble it out toward near the halfway line. And nobody on her. Now Woodard's going to come over and force her to kick the ball. And a low-line drive into the wind is headed down by the Sooners, but cleared away by the Cowgirls to the other side of the ground. Staying in the defensive end for the Cowgirls. They can't clear it, and the Sooners will take it at the halfway line. Woodard, though, breaks up a 1v1, and here she comes. Beats one defender, now another. Chance in front, and a shot, and it's knocked down and blocked by the goalkeeper, Crone, to the near sideline. Now Woodard gets tripped up along the back line outside the box, and this will be a foul against Oklahoma. So the Cowgirls are going to have a free kick. It's going to be about halfway from the corner where a corner kick would take place, over here to the left of the keeper, McKinley Crone, just outside the 18 square. Another yard or two, and that would have been a penalty kick. So the Cowgirls will have a set play here from along the back line, maybe 3 yards up. Here's the kick, high toward the square, headed down, blocked out by the Sooners across the back line. Corner kick for Oklahoma State. And we'll see who takes this. Excuse me, this will be on the other side of the ground. At that end of the ground, the north end. It's J.C. Jones, a sophomore out of Mustang, who will take the corner kick. This will be the first of the match for either team. This will angle in toward the keeper from her right. Low-line drive toward the square. Cowgirls have 5 headers off corners for goals this year. Knocked away by the Sooners, cleared back toward the square, and a kick from the far side wing is a line drive to the far post taken by the keeper. So a punt coming up here from McKinley Crone, and that series right there, which started with the play just outside the box, originally the kick in the box by the Cowgirls, by Haley Woodard, then the foul against her that set up the half kick, and then the corner from the other side. It's been the first real offensive test of the game for either team. Now Zoller coming down the near wing as the Cowgirls get it back on offense. Morgan across from Zoller into the 18 square, but nobody home, and it's knocked away to the Sooners. It hits one of their players in the back, comes down here on the near wing, and Morgan with a chance, but then the Sooners clear. Cowgirls have to go back and play defense again along this near sideline. Escobedo, who had a good match, a sophomore out of Phoenix in the first matchup here. And the Sooners just trying to get it out of their own zone. Again, they're playing against this 20-mile-an-hour wind here. The Cowgirls have it at their back. Nice slide tackle there, and So comes up with the ball. Now Zoller coming in on the near wing. Gets around one man. Left foot blast is blocked at the 18 by the Sooners. Marlowe will run the loose ball down and clear it out to the wing. Here comes Morgan coming in. She's tripped up. No fouls. A clean play. And now with her is Woodard, and they'll start over again. Actually, Khumba So right there. And now Zoller near wing. A little dribbler comes into the square, broken up by the Sooners. Foul here on Oklahoma State. They were trying to get it to inside the 6-yard square to Haley Woodard, but weren't able to do so. You hear the wind blowing in our mics here, and not a whole lot out here in the open we can really do about that for this season, but the trade-off will be a nice new facility across the way next year. How about corner kicks? The Cowgirls this year have 77 corners, counting the one today that are opponents' 35. Here's the kick away by Crone to the halfway line, even against the wind. She has a strong leg. And a player down here for Oklahoma, not sure if it's the heat or what that's gotten to the player, and we have a timeout here with 30:25 left in the first half. Our official, Les Stahlbach, is going to come over and look at the Sooner player. I believe this is Madeline Brem, and the players are going to come to the sideline here to get a Powerade, water break, whatever. And meanwhile, Brem, who might have had a cramp or might have just gotten caught in the heat here, again, it is hot today, is going to come to the sideline. Not sure if she got, it was away from the ball. She was out there kind of all by herself. And not sure if there was some contact made or what, but whatever the situation was, she was on her knees and needing a timeout. So the officials give one here to both teams with 30-25 left in the first half. The Cowgirls have a couple of shots, and so does Oklahoma here in the first half. The Cowgirls have one on goal, one offsides call. Fouls are even at 3 unofficially. After today, Oklahoma travels to Loyola Marymount. They go to the West Coast this weekend for a game on Sunday. Cowgirls have Sunday off. Big 12 action today. This game, Kansas at TCU. That game's kicking off at 6. Everybody else plays at 7. K-State at Tech, West Virginia at Baylor, and Iowa State plays number 17 Texas. That game is on the Longhorn Network. Fox Sports Southwest, by the way, is showing the Kansas-TCU game tonight. And all of those teams are future opponents of the Oklahoma State Cowgirls and the Sooners as far as that goes, because this is the start of Big 12 play for both teams here today. I want to mention the assistant coaches for the Cowgirls. The associate head coach is Justin Elkington in his 9th season. Karen Hancock, who's been here as a co-head coach and an assistant for 22 seasons. And the volunteer assistant coach, Michael O'Hare, in his first year. He's an OSU grad from a couple of years ago. Brandy Vega and Alexis Valerez is the assistant coaches. Vizarellis, I should say, are the assistant coaches. Alexi Vizarellis, the assistant coaches, along with Brandy Vega for Matt Potter at OU. From the spot of where the player was down, Brem, is where the Cowgirls will have a throw-in over here as play resumes with 30-23 to go in the half, and it'll come to the keeper. And into the game is, for the Sooners, well, I didn't catch who it was. I'll have to see who it was out there in just a moment. But we'll check that out here momentarily. I believe it is Darby Hargrove. It is. Hargrove is a freshman out of Houston Cypress Creek. Tried to clear the ball, and Zoller kind of intercepts there. Gets in the way and brings it forward. Comes down on 3 defenders. Across is blocked into the 18 square. Picked up for a moment. Morgan has it from the outside by So. Now they'll go back across to the middle. Jones. Her pass is blocked. Now a chance there. Not much on it for So in the middle of the 18 square at the line. And it's cleared away back outside here to the near sideline by Oklahoma. No score as we played a little more than 15 and a half minutes here in the first half. Ball's cleared into the forward end. And the Cowgirls run it down. Loose ball. That hit a Cowgirl player on the backside, literally. And now the Sooners, a player down for them as she was pushed down, it looked like by Tresfield, outside the 18 at about the 25. So the Sooners straight on to the kicker, Michaela Ungaro, will have a free kick at that point with no score here in the first half of play. We still have fans coming in here. Students, of course, get in for free, and we'll have a big crowd here this afternoon for this one. Tory Bowman or Kaylee Dow, both right there, to take this kick. Cowgirls with a 5-man wall at about the 15-yard line. This is straight on to Ungaro, almost like an extra point or a field goal in football. The kick comes straight on, and Ungaro blocks it over the top of the crossbar, and that'll be a corner for Oklahoma. Well, the defensive save of the game so far right there. Sooners will set up the corner. This will be to the right of Ungaro. And Erica Yost out of Fountain Hills, Arizona, the freshman, will take the corner for OU, and this will be their first of the match. The wind will bend this ball out of the square unless directly kicked into the 6. Left-footed blast. Here it comes. Low line drive. Will kick it outside the 18. And they'll take it ahead, send it into the square. Hobart. Now the ball knocked down. A chance here for the Sooners coming in from the left side. Cowgirls slide away the ball to the back line. as knocking it away was Khumba from Tory Bowman. Another corner coming up here for Oklahoma. So Erica Yost again with the corner, and Matt Potter's strategy, go after the Cowgirls defensively, and they have done that really for the most part here in the first 17, 18 minutes. Left-footed kick, this time toward the square into the 18. Ball out top, blast by Escobedo is blocked. Now a shot off the keeper, rolls away and is cleared out of the box by the Cowgirl defender. Not sure who got the rebound on that touch by Oklahoma, but that was straight on and nearly knocked Ungaro down outside the goal line. Ball to the sideline. The Cowgirls will see a throw-in for Oklahoma by Hargrove, who just came into the match. Takes it into the near side. Bowman, it's cleared away and up the ground by Oklahoma State. Here's Jones. Neither team is subbed except for the injury sub for Hargrove coming in to the match earlier for Brem. Cowgirls send it down the ground, so too hard off of her, but it's cleared into Woodard. Now the Sooners just trying to get it out of their own end, kick it to the sideline. This will be a far sideline throw-in at about the 12-yard line for OSU. In the Cowgirls' only game this week, schedule will kick back in for the rest of the season next weekend. Only 3 home games left after today. Sooners try to clear out the zone, and the Cowgirls have it at midfield. They'll play it forward or try to play it over here to the near side, and unable to do so, the ball will be taken to the keeper. Next week action, TCU and Baylor, then West Virginia, Iowa State on the road. Baylor is home. TCU is on the road next week. Baylor game is on October 1st, which is a Sunday. Sooners having trouble again clearing it out of their own zone. A nice play there by Jones. Out of Morgan, who will play it into the forward end. So, back out near the halfway line for Julia Lenhart. Lenhart down the left side, sends it forward. Zoller off a bounce, takes it, sends it back to Julia, and they'll start the play over again at the halfway line with Tressfield. Now over here on the near side is Elise Hahn. Hahn, little touch pass into So, bounces off a Sooner, comes to Woodard. She gets pancaked to the ground, nothing called. Double team there, work for OU, and they'll have the ball and bring it back the other way, right to left. Dribbling it in traffic is Erica Yost. Yost across the line, and a pass sent to the far side wing to Bowman, and her blast will go wide to the far post from about 25. And a goal kick for Oklahoma State. Sooners now have 41 corners to the opponent's 37 on the season. Been outshot this year coming into today. Oklahoma has 121-101. Cowgirls have outshot their opponents coming into today, 169-110. Coming up in a moment or two here on the halfway point of the first half. Again, more folks coming in here to watch this one, many of them students. We'll have a sellout crowd and probably standing room only by the time we're finished here. Sideline throw-in coming up here. Sooners try to clear it, can't. Cowgirls send it down the ground, unable to play it forward very far. Now they finally do, and it's way ahead of the defenders, and so the keeper will go out wide right and take it. Kinley Crone winning the starting spot as a freshman goalkeeper for OU out of Maitland, Florida, out of Edgewater High School. Play it up the far sideline. It goes out of bounds into the construction area, it went over the fence. And so this will be a throw-in for Oklahoma State at that point, or for OU, I should say, as it hit off of an Oklahoma State player. Headed back the other way by the Cowgirls, trying to knock it down as so, but the Sooners right there on the ball, and they'll take it defensively, going right to left toward the forward end. Coming up on the halfway point of the first half here, no score. Each team has had a couple of real good looks at goal here in the first half, all of them in kind of a cluster each time. Neither one of them worked out. Hahn runs down a loose ball back in and sends it the other way for Morgan. Charmay to the halfway line. Cross pass to So. Boy, a player bounced off her as she stopped to get the ball. Taking a tumble with Kaylee Dow, maybe their best player. Good play there by the Cowgirls to send it forward and keep it on the offensive end. This is Morgan on the wing, trying to play it to Jones. She falls down. Sooners Sooners clear it back to halfway up the ground here. Bowman now back into the offensive end looking for Jones. Jones trips up at the line, and a foul here by Hargrove, and the Cowgirls want a penalty kick, but it appeared to have occurred just about a yard outside the box. And everybody up and okay. They were trying to bring it into Jones on this near wing, and again, trying to slide to make kind of a touch on it or stop it or at least gain possession. She was taken off of her feet, so referee Les Dahlmach marks the ball for play at about the 19-yard line. The angle's to the left. And we'll see if this is going to be Kim Rodriguez. It will be, the freshman out of Porter, Texas. Four-man wall for the Sooners, now 5. And the goalkeeper stands along the line at the near post. Let's see if they let Rodriguez try to bend this in. Ball is spotted for play, and here we go. He approaches the ball, boots it, tries to bend it in, and it goes over the top of the crossbar above the upper shelf left side. Goal kick for Oklahoma. Well, that was the right idea, and that's what I thought they'd try to do. But again, with the wind kind of at your back, but really not, it's tough to get that done. Madeline Brem is checked back into the game for the Sooners. She'll replace Hargrove, who just had that foul a moment ago, as we're at 21 minutes left to go here in the first half. Again, the Sooners and the Cowgirls no score in the Bedlam Series presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma. As play continues up the far side, Cowgirls try to play it out of their own zone. Kind of do for a moment here. And Hart plays it back to Tressfield over on the far side. Now Zoller. And they'll start over with the defense. Rain over on the far side. Over on the wing to Rodriguez. Deep ball with the left foot. Tries to send it down. It's too strong. It's a roll with the wind across the back line, and a goal kick coming up for Oklahoma. Sooners this year have had a tie, and that was at SMU, and it was a scoreless draw. Their wins have come against Illinois, who the Cowgirls beat, Tulsa in overtime. Cowgirls have the one tie with A&M and against San Francisco, and the one loss against Cal. Everything else wins for Oklahoma State. 7-1-2. Sooners are 2-6-1, including a non-conference loss to Oklahoma State. As we drop below 20 minutes left to go here in the first half. Cowgirls back on offense after taking the ball at the midfield line. Jones trying to kick it. It bounces off a Sooner player. Now Zoller will send it down the near side. Can Morgan run it down before the sideline? No. Sooner ball on a throw-in. This is the 33rd meeting between these two teams since 1996. Cowgirls have won 21 of those, but the Sooners have won 5 of the last 7. Throw-in coming up here for Brem along the near sideline. It's a header, but now a foul, and this is going to be on OSU, and it'll be a Sooner free kick. Right in front of their bench where Matt Potter is the head coach. Went to school at West London College of Brunel University. 1992 graduate. Colin Carmichael, who's Scottish by birth, but Houston bred by age, went to school at South Alabama. Keeper took the kick along the near sideline. She'll go back to the center of the ground as the Sooners play it forward and send the ball deep toward the 18. Header in the wrong direction there by Bowman. Maybe not. That was designed to set up play back where it came from as the midfielders come forward. Ball in open ground now and sent down the ground far side Brem. Header by the Cowgirls way up in the air by Rodriguez. That'll go to the sideline for a Sooner throw-in. Well, our permanent seating here full. We do have some bleachers here to our left. They're just about full, mainly with students. A lot of kids at the game today here as school, of course, letting out in the 4 o'clock hour, so that allowed folks to come watch. Now we have a foul, and this is going to go the other way on Oklahoma, deep in their offensive end to our left, and so a free kick for Oklahoma State. As we're down to 17:50 left in the first half. Low 90s here at Cowgirl Soccer Complex. Deep ball here by Oklahoma State. This ball with the wind is going to be headed back to the keeper. She'll just pick it up ahead of Haley Woodard and send it back up the ground on a punt. Kayla Ungaro, of course, the senior for the Cowgirls out of Heartland, Wisconsin, was a walk-on this team 4 years ago. And depending on the opponent, has been splitting time, but mainly has been the starter with Tanya D'Souza, who, of course, is the redshirt senior, or true senior, I should say, out of Paris, France, from Mississippi State. Transferred here a year ago, sat out last year, and has played in 6 games this year and has done very well. Only has allowed 1 goal in 298 minutes. Sooners trying to send it back deep. Cowgirls keep clearing it. Brem will bring it down on the wing far side. Now a chance there. It's blocked by Claire Ganser. Hit her right in the back, and she'll send it back up the ground. That'll go out for a throw-in along the far sideline with 16:40 left in the first half. So the Cowgirls with Oklahoma to throw it in here. See where they spot this. It looks like it's just going to be to the left of the halfway line. And that's where they'll set the ball for play on this throw-in on the far sideline. Ball is bounced in. Sooners kick it, get it right back where it came from, and now try to clear it into their offensive zone. They do. Little cross brings it in front. Chance here for Escobedo. Knocked back away and picked up there by Dow. Down to the near wing for Brem as they pull their defense forward. And Emma Ledbetter will send it deep into the forward end. Trying to play it down the middle to O'Donnell, but it's cleared away by the Cowgirls, and they'll go back the other way. Bring it up the far side. Here's Zoller across the halfway line. Brings it into the center of the ground offensively. Joining her there is Jones. JC left-footed touch. Here's Woodard in front of the box, but she's offsides. Offside by maybe a foot. Coming in from the right side was Charmaine Morgan. And she may have been the one who's the guilty party here. Again, it's all about placement and where you are to the defense versus the goalkeeper. So free kick outside the 18 at about the 23. Against the wind, a low line drive that now hangs up into the breeze. And a header by the Cowgirls knocking it down, trying to get it to Zoller. Taken away there by Ledbetter. Cowgirls have yet to sub here in the first half. And we have 14:55 to go. Sooners turn it, send it back toward their keeper. They just try to play keep away from arguably the fastest player on the ground, and that's Haley Woodard. And Woodard, who did not, of course, start the season because of injury. Cowgirls are without some players today, and maybe for a while, as Anna Beffer and Kirsten Saragusa both injured last week and played sparingly, if at all, not playing today. Up the ground. Here's a chance for Jones. Now Morgan, but it's taken away, and Brem sending it forward. Cowgirls knock it back down Trestfield to the halfway line. But Sooners have numbers along this near sideline, and Bowman will take it out of trouble. And for a moment, 2-on-1, Jones took it away from her. Now looking for Marlowe as they send it down the ground, but the keeper comes out of the box. And a left-footed kick back to the halfway line along the near side by Crone. And now a whistle and a foul coming up from behind. Right next to the official, almost, was Tory Bowman. And a free kick at the halfway line for Oklahoma State. Looking down at the sub-table, nobody down there but who's supposed to be there. So at the moment, nobody new coming in yet. Sooners look like they might be subbing, but not quite yet. Here's Hahn's kick. Low-line drive toward the 6. Over a Sooner player coming in backside. A chance shot. Hits the top of the crossbar and bounces right back down to the keeper. From the far post, coming in from the far side, Oklahoma State with a chance and just missed. Looked like Ganser from the left side. Now the Cowgirls will sub, and checking into the match is Cammie Huddleston for the first time. And Hannah Webb also checking in for Oklahoma State. Webb, the freshman out of Mansfield, Texas. And out of Aledo, Texas, Huddleston also a freshman. That ball crossed the back line, so goal kick here for Oklahoma. The ball had a lot of spin on it and went everywhere but down and into the net. So just try to take it back at halfway, but the Cowgirls have numbers with 12:40 left in the first half. and they'll bring it ahead. Across the line, this is Lenhart into the forward end on the wing. Player over on the far side, that's Webb, who just checked in, gets around her man, plays off of her, comes in, looks for the short cross. Sooners do a good job of taking the ball away from her. Winning that play and then bringing it ahead is Bowman over on the far side, having to get it out of their own zone, however. And the Cowgirls will, for the moment, with Rodriguez, have the ball. It's knocked away to the sideline. This will be an OSU throw-in. 12-11 left in the first half. Cowgirls will sub again here. This is Taylor Olson checking in, freshman out of San Antonio. And the other player is Rachel Van Fossen, who was not on the trip last weekend. The defender, midfielder, the junior out of Broken Arrow, played at Tulsa Union in her high school days and transferred here from Arkansas, and she has looked good this year, as so, and also Haley Woodard checked out. So we drop under 11:40 left to play in the half. Sooners again trying to get it out of their own zone off the throw-in. And do, but Jones intercepts it the halfway line. Into the forward end. Coming down here, Huddleston on the near wing. Open just outside the right side of the 18. Looks for the cross. The ball is deflected off the Sooners to the sideline. And this will be a throw-in for Oklahoma State. Probably about 6 yards out. And this will be Charmaine Morgan who will take this out of Frisco, Texas, out of Centennial High School. Into the near wing, that's Olson along the back line. Double team pressure there. They get it away. Morgan squares it into the box. Nobody home. Sooners knock it away. Cowgirls try to run it down over on the far wing. And that ball to the sideline should be a Cowgirl throw-in with 10:50 left in the half. Still no score here. Boy, first one to score today might win this thing. Both teams have had opportunities here in the first half. Cowgirls overrun the ball for a moment, but that was a good thing because they were able to slow it down and take possession. Here's Hahn across the line. Forwards, I should say the defenders pull up. Now Morgan here on the near side. Back corner on the near side, looks for the cross. It bounces off of Yost and to the back line for a corner kick. That's a good play and balance there by the offensive player for the Cowgirls, not being able to have a chance in her defense of touching the ball, and might have gone off her instead. Kim Rodriguez, who we mentioned a moment ago, the freshman out of Porter, Texas, will take the corner. This ball will bend with the left foot in toward the goal, with the wind coming into the goalkeeper and the ball coming in from her left. Here's the boot into the square. Oh, the ball hits off the clearance of the keeper, who reached up to try to grab it. Cowgirls had a shot go into the side of the net at the far post. This will be a corner for Oklahoma. Make that a goal kick for Oklahoma. And a new player in for them, Melissa McMahon, checks in, a junior out of Round Rock, Texas. She is a midfielder. She'll replace Kaylee Dow, who goes out with 9:20 left in the half. At the half, we'll give you what's going on in the league and also what's going on around the country as far as the top 25 and other things here at the break. Cowgirls on the offensive end, playing from left to right toward the north end of the stadium here. Ball's kicked deep but along the far sideline off OSU, and a throw in for Oklahoma with exactly 9 minutes left in the first half. Again, there is no score. And a full house as we expected to watch this one here this afternoon between the Sooners and the Cowgirls. The second meeting of the season, and this time for Big 12. Off OU, and a throw in for Oklahoma State across the way. Ball's on the far wing, trying to play it toward the middle. Sooners intercept, send it back the other way, toward the halfway line where it's played down. The Cowgirls have defenders at midfield. They'll play it across the ground. And a play here to Elise Hahn. She'll come across the line, send it forward, tried to split the ball with the defenders, and Jones was unable to move forward. The ball pinballs out of bounds for a Cowgirl throw-in. Elise Hahn, the sophomore out of Melissa, Texas, who played a lot last year as a freshman. Now to Jones, center of the ground. Ball knocked away, but sent toward the square, and too far in front of Huddleston off the rebound, off that block in the 18 by Bowman, and the keeper comes out and falls on it. 7:50 left to go before halftime. Still no score. Olson comes down and watches the punt. Not very good into the side of the middle circle here, and Sooners try to run it down, and they get a bounce off of a Cowgirl touch. However, Oklahoma State has numbers at the halfway line, and so they'll play it across the way. Rachel Van Fossen, far side. They didn't take her on the trip last weekend, ended up losing Saragusa. Now a deep ball, played toward the square, and that's a mile offsides, trying to get it down to Olsen. And the near side referee has called the Cowgirls for offsides 3 times, and all of them have been legit. That's over 40 times now this season that the Cowgirls have been called for offsides. I don't know what the school record is. I might want to look that up, but if they even have that. But that's not a negative. You think, oh, they're offsides. Well, I don't know where the ball is. Well, that's not exactly true, because we talked with Colin on his coach's show the other night again, and I brought up the fact that, hey, that's okay. That means you're attacking. And he goes, that's exactly right. Cowgirls knock it down again out of the Sooner offensive zone and send it back across the line left to right with 6:38 left in the half. Webb on the attack on the far wing, trying to get around one man, trying for the cross near the back line. The ball does come toward the keeper, and that will be taken there on the right side of the 6 by the goalkeeper, McKinley Crone. She'll set it up for play. I believe this is a goal kick because it went across the line. Into this 20-mile-an-hour wind, which has been with us all day today here in Stillwater. Temperature about 10 degrees above normal at 93 at kickoff officially. Off the low-line drive, Bowman a header knocked down by the Cowgirls. Here's Van Fossen on the run down the far side wing. On the offensive end, Van Fossen looking for the cross. Gets it into the square, but right to the keeper at the far post in front of Huddleston. So this will belong to the Sooners on a punt coming up here, as we'll drop under 5.5 to go before halftime here in Stillwater. Cowgirls are 10-3-2 all time against OU here in Stillwater. They had lost the previous 2 matches. Remember, it was 3 years ago. The Sooners scored in the first 18 seconds. Ended up winning the match here 2 years ago. To the sideline, and the throw in here as it's off Oklahoma State for the Sooners. Cowgirls just have 3 home games left after today. Baylor, K-State, who's new to the league this year in soccer, and Kansas. Here's a ball played at the halfway line, and down deep trying to play it forward to Yost. Off the leg of Welch. It'll go to the back line, and this will be a goal kick for Oklahoma State. Both keepers have been kept busy at times here today. Michaela Ungaro for the Cowgirls and McKinley Crone for Oklahoma. Senior versus freshman in this matchup. Cowgirls along the ground far side, play at a halfway line and go to the forward end. Here's Webb. Far wing, getting around one man, looking for the cross in front. A chance here for Olsen. Her chance is now sent to the other side. Here is, well, they missed one player. Now picking it up is Morgan. And 2 players to the ground. And the ball to the sideline. Let's see what they call here. Incidental contact and the Cowgirl throw-in, I believe, to the right of the Sooner bench. With 4 minutes exactly left in the first half. No score here in Stillwater. Morgan from Hahn along the back line. Looks for the cross. Gets it. Header chance. Blocked off the keeper. And it rolls to the back line. Not across. And it's cleared out by Oklahoma. That nearly trickled in inside the far post. Off the hands of McKinley Crone, who had to dive to her right to make a save on the shot in the first place. So off of all that, the Sooners will send it forward. Far side, O'Donnell. Again, the Cowgirls' good defense to play to the ball, and then they draw a foul here on Oklahoma. So a free kick for the Cowgirls with 3:20 left in the half. That a moment ago was the best opportunity for either team. Now here's Hahn sending it down to Morgan, but too strong, and this goes across the back line. No, it does not. It goes across the sideline. So the Sooners will have a throw-in deep in their own defensive end near the flag over here along the near sideline. Wynn kind of kicked that ball with the spin to the sideline, and this will not be a goal kick. This will be a throw-in for Oklahoma. So again, the Cowgirls with a chance here in the Sooner defensive end. The Sooners can't get it out of their own end to maybe put something up here with 2:40 to go in the half. They get it into Morgan. There's a bounce over Olson inside the 18. That ball will go across the line. This will be a goal kick for Oklahoma. Sooners were probably, the aggressor first 10 minutes. More so than Oklahoma State was. Then it kind of flipped for a while. Then both teams had opportunities. Now here lately it's been OU, or I should say OU, has been on the defensive as the Cowgirls have had the best opportunities in the final 10 minutes of this half. You hear this big crowd here chanting Orange Power. Cowgirls knock it down at the halfway line. Sooners, they'll have defenders now look to clear it. Hahn can't do it, and now on the run, here comes Oklahoma. They have to be careful they're on sides here, and so far they are. O'Donnell sends it across to the top of the square, and that ball is going to be dove on by the keeper. And with a player coming in on that far side, figure they might as well just take the ball and do what they did with it, and that was a good play by Ungaro on that choice. Now the ball with the wind bounces all the way down to the 18. We get a whistle, and I didn't see a flag, but I think we're going to get a free kick here for Oklahoma. Anyway, that might have been an offsides. I didn't see the flag in time over here on the near side. Whistled by our official, Les Stoma. So right at the 18-yard line, it's a free kick for Oklahoma with 1:15 left in the first half. Header by the Sooners, now sent forward off a play to the near wing. Yost looking for the cross. It clears everybody at the 18. Now trying to knock it down is O'Donnell on the far wing. She'll go back out and take it and send it back to her midfielders. 1 minute left in the first half. Not a real good kick there as the Cowgirls able to intercept. Now J.C. Jones will try to run it down and have it on the offensive end at the halfway line. Ball's deflected. This will spin. It'll stay inbounds for a moment. And can the Sooners run it down before it gets to the back line? The answer is no. Or to the sideline, either one. The Cowgirls will have a throw in at about the 20-yard line. 35 seconds left in the first half. Quick throw in by Oklahoma State. 30 seconds left in the half. Ball pinballs around top of the 18. Sooners try to clear it. Hahn trying to run it down. Escobedo there. And now O'Donnell. And then a foul, a push in the back and a hard foul. Boy, this is close to a penalty, but they won't get one here with 10 seconds left in the half. That would have stopped the clock. Now the countdown as we're going to approach halftime, and this game is going to be scoreless at the intermission. Oklahoma State, 0-0 here at the break. We'll come back after a timeout to the Cowgirls Soccer Complex. This is Cowgirls Soccer and the Bedlam Series presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma from Learfield.
Can you name the university that has won the most football games? At Johnson's of Kingfisher, we have a record number of new Ram 1500s and 2500s, America's longest-lasting pickups. In stock and during Ram Power Days, our low prices will win you over. Who has won the most college football games? The University of Michigan. Make that short drive to Kingfisher during Ram Power Days. It's our 90th year and still going strong at Johnson's of Kingfisher, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram.
Same name.
Same family.
Since 1927.
Do you ever get tired waiting for your prescription to be filled? At Tiger Drug, with several pharmacists, your medicine is filled quickly and accurately. We have numerous ways to expedite your service. Call us at 372-7900 or email us at info@tigerdrug.com, or you can just walk in or drive up and we'll prepare your order while you wait and we visit with you about your meds. Remember, at Tiger Drug, the customer always comes first.
Stillwater Medical is proud to announce the addition of Carmen Legacy Hospice into our family of services. Stillwater's only nonprofit hospice and their staff of caring and dedicated professionals has been serving the community for over 35 years. Coping with a terminal illness can be overwhelming. Our staff wants you and your family to know that you are not alone. We will be by your side every step of the way, providing you with comfort and compassion. For more information about Carmen Legacy Hospice, call us at 405-377-8012.
Hi, I'm Bill Knight for Bill Knight Ford. All sports are built on tradition, but at Bill Knight Ford, we know that here in Oklahoma, it's more than just a tradition. It's a way of life, forged from loyalty and dedication. It's unwavering pride that survives the losses and is ignited by the wins. Bill Knight Ford is proud to support the OSU Cowboys and Cowgirls, Stillwater High School Pioneers, and the Perkins Tryon Demons. We wish them the best of luck this season.
Welcome back to Cowgirls Soccer, the Bedlam Series presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma. At the half, Oklahoma 0-0 with Oklahoma State here at the intermission. We'll give you all the official numbers when we get them here in just a moment. Here are the games around the Big 12 this weekend, besides our game here going on right now. Kansas at TCU, that game at 6 on Fox Sports Southwest. K-State is at Tech, their first ever Big 12 game tonight. As K-State is new to the league, West Virginia at Baylor, that game also at 7, and Iowa State at Texas. That game is on the Longhorn Network tonight, also at 7 o'clock. Again, it's conference opening weekend for everybody. And we'll get to the standings here in just a moment. Here are the official numbers from the first half of play, as the Cowgirls outshot the Sooners 9-8 and had a total of 3 shots on goal to 1 for Oklahoma. And each team had opportunities in that first half. Cowgirls were called 4 times for offsides. Each team had 2 corner kicks in the first half. The fouls were 7-5 Oklahoma State. And the Sooners made 3 saves, including a spectacular save by their goalkeeper, McKinley Crone, to keep the Cowgirls off the board late in the first half. Sooners had Michaela Ungaro made 1 save on them, and that was a spectacular play in the center of the 6-yard square about halfway through the first half on what was really a second chance off a rebound for Oklahoma. So 45 minutes for Ungaro, 1 save, no goals allowed, and for Crone, 3 saves, no goals allowed, again also in 45 minutes. Individual numbers, and again the team totals for Oklahoma, 8 shots, 1 on goal, no goals, no assist. Kyle Escobedo had a shot. Tory Bowman had 4 shots, including the 1 shot on goal, and she must have been the one on that play in the middle of the square off a rebound that had that good chance about halfway through the first half. Emma Ledbetter with 2 shots, and Jordan Hobart with an early shot on goal in that first 5 minutes. For Oklahoma State, Julia Lenhart with a shot, J.C. Jones with a shot and shot on goal, Marlo Zoller with a shot, Lauren Tressfield with a shot, Haley Woodard with a shot, and Claire Ganser and Kim Rodriguez each with a shot. Oklahoma subbed 2 in, neither had a shot. Cowgirls subbed in 4. Taylor Olson had a shot late. Cammie Huddleston a shot and a shot on goal. And also the other sub was Rachel Van Fossen. Rodriguez, Tressfield, and Morgan, and Hahn, and Jones, and Lenhart, and Ungaro all played the full 45 minutes in the first half for Oklahoma State. And for OU, they only subbed out 2 different players. Everybody else played the full 45, except for Kaylee Dow and Madeline Bremen. They were subbed out by Marissa McMahon and Darby Hargrove in that first half. So very even first half of play. Oklahoma State 0-0 here at the break. We'll come back and look at the Big 12 further, and also the national rankings, of which the Cowgirls are still a part of, and several in the Big 12 are as well when we come back after a timeout. This is Cowgirl Soccer in the Bedlam Series, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma from Learfield.
Cowboy fans, skin cancer continues to be a growing epidemic, but Stillwater Dermatology Clinic is there for you. With locations in Stillwater and Ponca City, board-certified dermatologist Dr. Thomas Hall is available to help you with all your skincare needs. Dr. Hall treats acne, psoriasis, and all skin disorders, and also offers cosmetic and laser services. Call 405-533-DERM or visit stwderm.com today. Whether you're looking for a bite to eat before the game or a place to celebrate another Cowboys win, University Dining Services has you covered. With more than 30 individual restaurants across campus, there's something for everyone without ever having to leave campus. You'll find everything from freshly made sushi to top-notch burgers. So pull up a chair, dig in, and feed your inner cowboy. Be sure to learn more about University Dining Services at dining.okstate.edu.
Cowboy fans, stop by Chris's University Spirit today to sign up for the Orange and Black Spirit Club for only $40. You'll receive a membership club shirt and a 20% off card good on items for 1 year from purchase. All you have to do is stop in at 244 South Knobloch on Campus Corner in Stillwater before it's too late. Also visit us online at chrisuniversityspirit.com today.
This is Debbie from Charlie's Discount Drug again, reminding you to take your vitamins. Our full line of Mason natural vitamins and herbs are available every day to help you maintain your health. And every month we have Mason natural vitamin and herb specials. At Charlie's Discount Drug, we believe in maintaining your health at discount prices so you can spend your money on the things that make life worth maintaining. So come by and check out our monthly Mason Natural Vitamin and Herb specials today. Charlie's Discount Drug, 723 South Walnut in Stillwater.
Welcome back to the Bedlam Series presented by our friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma and our partner sponsors, Anheuser-Busch, Homeland Grocery, the Oklahoma Blood Institute, and Life Share Oklahoma at the half. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State scoreless here in Stillwater. In the Big 12 right now, Texas is 8-0-0. They are the only unbeaten untied team. Baylor is 6-1-1. The Cowgirls are 7-1-2. Then West Virginia at 7-2. Losses to Virginia and Duke are both in the top 10. Then Texas Tech is 7-2. TCU is 6-3. K-State is 5-3. Kansas 5-4. And both Iowa State and Oklahoma are 2-6-1. The RPI came out this week, and the Cowgirls at number 80. Why? Well, a lot of the teams they played have records under 500 who normally would be better than that at this time of year. For example, Abilene Christian and Illinois and, frankly, Oklahoma and Texas San Antonio. Their records are below 500, and thus that hurts your RPI as the RPI is figured with half of your schedule, half of your opponent's schedule, and half of the opposition that you played schedule figured into that, or not a half, but a percentage of that that's figured into that. So it all adds up to 100%, and right now the Cowgirls are number 80 in the RPI. Baylor's at number 40, Kansas number 35, West Virginia number 10, and Texas is the number 3 RPI team in the country. And that is the group that's in the RPI poll, the first one of which came out this week before conference play. By the way, the rest of the Big 12 schedule on Sunday, Iowa State's at Baylor, Tech hosts Kansas, K-State's at TCU. That game is also on Fox Sports Southwest. Longhorn Network has West Virginia at Texas, and then Oklahoma has a game out on the West Coast at Loyola Marymount. So that's the other games that are coming up this weekend. Now, as far as the top 25 is concerned, the coaches poll, UCLA is number 1 in the United Soccer Coaches poll, 7-0-1. And by the way, only UCLA and Rutgers and Texas and Tennessee are the only teams undefeated without a loss. By that, they may have a tie. In the case of Texas, they're 8-0-0. Tennessee's 9-0-0. But Rutgers is 7-0-1, and so is UCLA. UCLA number 1, then Stanford, South Carolina, Duke, who beat West Virginia. West Virginia number 5, then Florida, Penn State, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and USC. Then Virginia, who also gave West Virginia a loss, at number 11. Rutgers, Cal, who beat the Cowgirls last weekend, 7-1, number 13. Central Florida, number 14. Then Georgetown, Princeton, Texas, Wake Forest, Clemson, Mississippi, the top 20. Then Tennessee, OSU, Florida State, North Carolina State, and Utah. Cowgirls trying to stay in that top 25. Cowgirls in the region, by the way, are ranked 3rd behind West Virginia and Texas. Baylor is 4th, then Kansas, Tech, Rice, TCU, North Texas, UNC Charlotte, who goes by Charlotte now, UAB, Murray State, Louisiana Tech, Belmont, and Florida Atlantic. The South region basically covers everything from the Big 12 down through the SEC and down through Florida, all the way to the Atlantic on the East Coast. So it's a big area. And if you're in the top 3 or 4 in that one, you're doing pretty well. The Cowgirls right now at 3rd in that. Top Drawer Soccer and Soccer America both have UCLA as the number 1 team. Stanford is number 1 by Hero Sports. Then UCLA is number 2. West Virginia is 23rd in that poll. Texas number 20. For some reason, they don't think much of West Virginia. Top Drawer Soccer has West Virginia number 9 out of the Big 12. And OSU is ranked number 24 by Top Drawer Soccer. Texas number 22. In Soccer America, the Cowgirls are not ranked. West Virginia is number 6. Let's see here. Texas number 21. So those are the teams out of the Big 12 that are ranked by Soccer America. There are 4 polls, but only the United Soccer Coaches poll is the one that counts toward what the NCAA has as far as their recognized coaches poll nationally. And again, the Cowgirls in that poll at number 23. So it's the Sooners and the Cowgirls And again here at the half, Oklahoma scoreless with Oklahoma State. Both teams getting ready to head back out onto the ground. Sooners trying to win here for just the fourth time in school history, but for the third time in the last 4 years, if they can pull off an upset here this afternoon. Cowgirls are 21-8-3 all time against the Sooners, but 10-3-2 here in Stillwater. Oklahoma State won the first meeting in 5 back in August, 2-1. This game scoreless at the break. We'll come back after our final halftime timeout and pick up second half action here in Stillwater. A reminder, the Bedlam Series is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma. This is Cowgirl Soccer from Midfield.
Harness the Earth's energy to heat and cool your home with Infinity Geothermal by Carrier. Reduce heating and cooling costs up to 70% with one of the most energy-efficient systems available today. And get the expanded features, advanced control, and remote access of Carrier's top-of-the-line series.
Turn to your local Carrier dealer, B&L Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them at 405-372-8140. That's 405-372-8140, or find them online at bnlheatingcool.com.
The Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma presents the INFR Finals Rodeo on Saturday, September 23rd at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday the 24th at 9 a.m. Bring the family and watch professional cowboys performing tricks full of danger and excitement. Experience the thrill of the Region 8 AMA-IRA Rodeo on the Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma Outdoor Event Grounds. Tickets available at Cimarron Casino, the Iowa Travel Plaza, or online at nativemarketplace.com. For full details, visit cimarroncasino.com.
Cowboy fans, the newest addition to the Cowboy Athletics family is the Oklahoma State University Athletics mobile app. The OSU Athletics mobile app is your comprehensive mobile companion, providing you with exclusive content, personalized offers, live stats, schedules, and so much more. Play tailgate trivia, find parking directions, and even access your ticket account for mobile ticketing. Find the OSU Athletics mobile app in the Apple Store or Google Play and download it today.
Stillwater Country Club is one of Oklahoma's classic golf venues. SCC is the site of several prominent amateur competitions each year, and Stillwater Country Club has hosted the Men's NCAA Championship as well as the Women's National Collegiate Championship. SCC's beautiful layout offers elevation changes and tree-lined fairways that are unique in the Oklahoma golf experience. It's playable for beginners, yet is challenging enough to serve as a practice venue for the Cowboy and Cowgirl golf squads. Stillwater Country Club, celebrating a rich history, embracing a bright future.
Your home for OSU Cowgirl basketball. KGFY Stillwater. Cowboy Country 105.5 FM.
Welcome back to Stillwater and the Cowgirl Soccer Complex. Both teams back out on the ground. If you're watching on Facebook Live, Cowgirls will go from right to left here in the second half. Sooners will go from our left to right. They'll have the wind at their back. And both goalkeepers will come out for the second half. McKinley Crone for Oklahoma. She'll defend the goal to our left. And it'll be for the Cowgirls, the senior Michaela Ungaro, who will defend the goal to our right for Oklahoma State. Cowgirls' next home match will be against Baylor, 1 o'clock on Sunday, October 1st. It's 2 weeks from 2 days from now, so it's 16 days before the Cowgirls are back. And then there are only 2 more home games after that. K-State, October 20th, first ever meeting with the Wildcats as they just joined the league in soccer this season. And then Kansas, a very good team. Cowgirls lost late to up there a year ago in Lawrence at the Rock Chalk Park. They'll be here for October 22nd, 1 o'clock matchup. In between, road trips to TCU, West Virginia, Iowa State, Tech, and Texas at the end of the year. And then the Big 12 tournament coming up at the first week of November. The 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday at Swope Soccer Complex, and a beautiful facility there in Kansas City. Scoreless game here as we start the second half. The Cowgirls will again kick off and go from our right to left, wearing the dark uniforms, white numbers, orange trim, and the Sooners wearing the crimson and cream on the top and bottom respectively, and the crimson numbers on those cream-colored uniforms. Tennis here this weekend and early next week with the Pro Challenge here in town over at the Greenwood Tennis Center. Just behind us here, about a 3/4 of a mile. Football here tomorrow with TCU. The game is a sellout. If you have tickets and aren't going to use them, give them to somebody who will. Let them experience the season of orange. We're underway, second half here in Stillwater. As our crowd settles back in, Cowgirls send it forward. This will come right to the keeper at the 18. And McKinley Crone will play it ahead. 3 saves by her in the first half. On 9 shots, 3 on goal by the Cowgirls, and here they come again. Zoller off to the wing to Jones. Morgan over on the far wing. Ball knocked away from her for a moment. Now played back to that far side, and they'll work it ahead. That's Jones, and it goes off the Sooners for a throw-in. Right across from us here at the south end of the ground here. Cowgirls in the dark uniforms going from our right to left. They play it back to the halfway line, try to play it forward. Huddleston starting the second half. She'll send it back to the halfway line where Elise Hahn will play it forward. A minute into the second half, still no score. In this one, both teams with opportunities, especially OSU in the first half. Cowgirls can't control, and the Sooners will have a throw-in at midfield. In the weather conditions have not changed. Partly cloudy and 92, and a south-southeast wind at 20 miles an hour. It gusts occasionally over that. That's at the back of the Sooners here in the second half. Throw in for Oklahoma. Play it along the far side. Again, going left to right. Not a real strong kick to the forward end. Cowgirls knock it down with a header. And Arrazolo looking to turn it toward the center circle. Plays it to the near wing. Huddleston, a chance there. Now it is Webb if she can control it. Ball's behind her. Falls down, tumbles again. Collision there with Escobedo. But play on, says the official. 20 yards off the ball, but he was able to see the play back our way. He let it go. Les Stahlmach is our referee today. Here's a play off the Sooners, and the Cowgirls send it forward. And then can the keeper beat Haley Woodard to the ball? The answer is yes, and kicks it into the seats where Wade McWhorter, our sports information director, makes a two-hand grab on the sideline. Cowgirls with a quick throw in, and the ball trickles out of bounds. This is off Oklahoma, and another throw in for OSU. Hard-fought game the last time. The Cowgirls finally took the lead and then held off a charging Sooner team at the end, down in Norman back in August. Zoller off a touch, brings it left side. Comes in toward the 18 square, across in front, chance there, and a blast by Haley, just missing inside the near post, or outside the near post, inside the 18-yard line. And a goal kick for Oklahoma. The Cowgirls have been that closer about 3 times here in the first 48 minutes. 3 minutes into the second half. And the Sooner goal kick by McKinley Crone. Line drive with the wind to the halfway line. Knocked down by the Cowgirls. Nice play by Webb, and now it's Huddleston to take it away, but too deep trying to find Woodard, who probably would have been offsides anyway, and it's taken to the keeper. Cowgirls were called 4 times in the first half, 4 offsides. Woodard starts to come down to where the keeper's standing, and she'll just pick it up and punt it away. Low line drive kick. Sooners been outscored 13-6 in their 9.5 games to this point. Cowgirls have outscored their opponents 26-8. But lately, goals have been hard to come by in the last 3 matches. 1, none, and so far none today. Sooners a touch, bring it across the halfway line, down the center of the ground. Kaylee Dow. Dow spin move, brings it toward the top of the 18, toward the right side of the square. Stays outside the square. Now a touch there by Escobedo. Sends it across the top of the 18. Cowgirls a header, knock it down. The Sooners have it. A dribbler goes past the far post. It'll be a goal kick for Oklahoma State. Out there on top, it looked like the player didn't have a real good foot on the ball, and that was an advantage for Oklahoma State on that play. So here is Ongaro to take the goal kick. 4.5 minutes into the second half, still no score. Said it in the first half, I'm going to stick by it. First team to score today might win. Header by the Cowgirls, another one. The ball sent deep. And here is Morgan, but in front of her, the keeper to pick up the bouncer. I should say that is the defender who was going to take it off of a kick deep for the Sooners. But Ongaro was there to take it away. Like Dow was coming down the ground. It wasn't her. It was another player. It was Escobedo, I believe. I'll take that back. It was O'Donnell, the defense or the forward end, the Sooner player. Now the ball to the sideline again, and Hahn will take it and throw it in for Oklahoma State. across the way. Over 5 gone here in the second half. Still no score. This time off the Cowgirls. It'll be a Sooner throw in at the halfway line. Not a lot of subs today. Oklahoma playing some people down today. Again, the Cowgirls are 2 because of injury. Only 4 subs for Oklahoma State and 2 for the Sooners in the first half. Here's Woodard off a deep ball. Sends it to Huddleston. Here she comes down the center of the ground. Tries to put the defender Woodard out of the box. The keeper. Shot score. Oklahoma State. Haley Woodard with the goal. And the Cowgirls are on the board. And a nice set pass by Huddleston and Zoller to set up the goal by Oklahoma State. And for Haley, that's her 4th goal of the year. Comes with 39:30 left in the match. And the Cowgirls, as was the case in Norman, score first, but it takes them past halftime to do it today. Sooner kickoff. And if they give an assist there to Huddleston, and they should, that'll be her 3rd. Ball pinballs around down the ground. The Cowgirls will turn it and intercept and bring it back to the halfway line. And now momentum on the side and the scoreboard as well to Oklahoma State, leading 1-0 here in the 51st minute of this match. Deep ball by the Sooners. Hobart sends it forward. Cowgirls have players near the halfway line, and Hahn will send it back across the line. Up the ground to Morgan. Ball pinballs around, taken down by Jones. Now back to Charmé over on the wing, but Sooners have it angled, and they'll just kick it back to the keeper. So Haley's goal, her 4th of the year. Good play there by Huddleston off the intercept, and now Woodard's offsides again. That was the problem, is that he was the only player there, and the far side referee, George Taborda, called her offsides. That's number 5 for Oklahoma State today. Cowgirl bench thought they had a breakaway here, but our angle's on this east side of the ground and clearly offsides. Sooners headed down. Cowgirls try to knock it back into their end, and we get a foul, and this is on Oklahoma. So the Cowgirls' ball here, as that foul was on Tory Bowman, I believe. And a free kick here for Oklahoma State. No, they're going to give the ball to OU. That's what I thought. The referee signaled the wrong way. And so the foul is on Oklahoma State. I always want to make sure we've got that right before I say something official here. So it will be a Sooner free kick. And they play to our right here in the second half with the wind at their back. The trail 1-0 here with 37:30 to go. Strong kick by the keeper. Header way up in the air. That ball outside the 18. Knocked down by Zoller, trying to clear it back to Woodard. Takes it to another player who takes it. That was Hobart, and I think she was the one on the play a moment ago. Now the Cowgirls look to clear it back to midfield, and now Haley is onside. Brings it down to center of the ground. Cowgirls have a 3-on-3 going. And there's an intercept. No, they take it away. Keep her out of the box, and the Cowgirls again are offside. And not only did the flag go up, but the referee saw it too. Again, defined as how many players are ahead of the ball. And if there's only one defender, and that's the goalkeeper, and the ball's delivered ahead of you, that's offsides. It's very similar to the rule in hockey past the blue line. You can call offsides at the halfway line. There, it was about halfway down the ground. Off the free kick, Sooners try to keep it in their own end. And now bring it forward with 36-18 to go in the game. Dow, here below us on the right side, centers it, but it's intercepted by Tressfield. Now Zoller on a touch, back to Huddleston, trying to send it down to Haley. Can she outrun the ball? No, it's sent back to the keeper. And they are keeping McKinley Crone very busy here in this second half. 1-0 Cowgirls. Woodard's goal, her fourth, and Huddleston gets the assist. That's her third of the year. Play continues with the ball deep down the near sideline. That's going to go across the back line. O'Donnell could not catch up to it, and this will be a goal kick for Oklahoma State. Ivana Rivas, a 5'2 freshman from Edmond, Santa Fe, checks into the game for Oklahoma. They have a number of players from the state of Oklahoma, as you might imagine, on their roster. Broken Arrow, Edmond North, Tulsa Lincoln Christian, Deer Creek, Edmond Memorial. Oklahoma becoming a hotbed of good soccer talent. Cowgirls have plenty on their own, too. Here's Woodard on a pass down the ground. Nice play there by Webb to send it forward to her. Haley along the back line, brings it around a defender near the near sideline. Now Webb catches up to her, centers it to Huddleston. Open, coming in the box. Shot, and it's wide of the far post, but it wouldn't have mattered. The flag goes up again. The Cowgirls again, by about a foot, are offsides. Colin Carmichael. Let's see Khumba So checking back in here in just a moment as she's been warming up. No argument by the coach. Ball played forward by the Sooners off the free kick. They're just trying to send it down the ground. O'Donnell, ball up in the air, deep by the Cowgirls, back to the halfway line. Now sent back by Hobart near the 18. Cowgirls can't clear. Dow runs it down. Has help at the top of the 18. A big shot that goes into the net way over the crossbar. It gets hung up back there, but I think they can fish that out of the area before it got to the construction zone. There's a huge net at each end of the ground here. And the Cowgirls are going to sub out Haley Woodard. A nice hand for her as Khumba So comes back in. Goal kick coming up for Oklahoma State's Michaela Ongaro with 33:50 to go. What cloud cover we have, by the way, at least by me anyway, is welcome here this afternoon. And again, a strong south wind at the Cowgirls' face here in the second half. They, however, lead 1-0. 33:30 to go. 13th minute of the second half here. And the ball kind of pinballing around over there on the far side of the halfway line. Set forward by Oklahoma. Player on the far wing, that's O'Donnell, looking to maybe try to center it. Whiffed it there and missed, and picked up on her second kick by Oklahoma State. Zoller off the near wing has it, or far wing now, over on the far side. Sooners will have halfway, and they'll clear it back to midfield. Nice play to break it up there for a moment by Julia Lenhart. And now Khumba So will get it to the far wing. Jones will bring it across the line. Here's Zoller coming over on the far side. Zoller on a 4-on-3. Tries to bring it across. Left-footed kick toward the 6-yard square, and it's taken there by the keeper on 2 hops, and that's McKinley Crone. For our local listeners, coming up after we're done here, brief musical interlude and some commercials, and then we'll have football tonight, high school ball with Perkins Tryon at Chandler. That'll be on 105.5 locally here in Stillwater, KGFY. Big football game here in town tomorrow, I'm told, with TCU and OSU. It's a sellout. 2:37, the official kickoff time. Down near wing, it comes to Rivas, who's a forward. And a nice play to knock it away from her by the Cowgirl defender, Hannah Webb. Ball played off, and Huddleston, and she gets tripped up, and now foul on Oklahoma. Huddleston up and okay after the foul, I believe, by Dow, and this will be a free kick. It was on her. And 15 yards to the right of the halfway line, it'll be a free kick for Oklahoma State with 31:50 to go. OSU with a 1-0 lead here. A goal here in the second half by Haley Woodard. 5 minutes into the second half. Left-footed boot into the forward end. Sooners try to run it down, can't. Ball kind of kicked backwards there, and Welch will play it back to the keeper. Cowgirls trying to win here at home and keep a streak of unbeaten going here in this park this year. Sooners looking to take the ball away and do. This is Llewellyn into the forward end. This is O'Donnell now on the wing. Coming in right of the 18 square. Left-footed cross in front for Dow. Has a chance there. Taken off the ball and still has possession, at least for a moment. The ball kind of pinballs around in traffic, and a foul here as Oklahoma gets caught at the end of the play on a foul by our official Les Stahlbach. Les Stahlbach with the call, and so a free kick for Oklahoma State. And it looks like one of the Cowgirls trying to gather herself down there. She may have caught a blow to the stomach or took one to the shins. Lorraine Tressfield, and she's all right. And so play will continue with the ball being kicked by Oklahoma State. right at the 18-yard line, going right to left. Into the wind, comes to the near sideline. Nobody's going to run that down, and OU will have a throw-in front of the Cowgirl bench. 30-40 to go in the match. Cowgirls lead 1-0, trying to get off to a good start in the Big 12. They're off the rest of the weekend after today. In fact, don't play again until a match at TCU a week from today. Ball out of bounds. Not a very good throw-in there as nobody caught up to that ball. And in front of the Sooner bench to our right on the near sideline, a Cowgirl throw-in. Anticipation there by Llewellyn. But the Cowgirls able to clear it back to halfway. A header there by Ledbetter for OU. Going after it, O'Donnell takes a tumble, and the Cowgirls end up with the ball. Nice pass back to Lenhart from Hahn. Now over to the near wing. Here comes Rodriguez down the ground. Kim Rodriguez, the freshman from Texas, played on the Mexico U20 team this year. Nice pass. Near wing. Webb coming in. Looks to center it. Chance in front. It's cleared to the near sideline there by Ledbetter. So as we drop under 29:40 to go in the game, it's a throw-in for Oklahoma State right here below us. Nearly a full house here at the Cowgirl Soccer Complex. 3 home games left after today. Get your tickets at 877-ALL for OSU, and there are promotional packages for each of the remaining 3 home games with Baylor, K-State, and Kansas, all in the month of October. Cowgirls on offense. Hahn bring it down, far side. Center of the ground. Looking to go in front. This is Huddleston. Inside the square. A boot that's blocked over the top of the crossbar with the hand of the keeper, McKinley Crone. Goal kick, or I should say corner kick for Oklahoma State. I think our coaches would agree that we've seen a lot better offensive ball movement today than we saw this weekend against either San Francisco on the turf or Cal after the overtime game Friday, trying to turn around and play a very good top 20 opponent on Sunday. Corner kick for OSU. This will be from the far side of the ground. Like Rodriguez will take this kick. Here's her blast into the 6. Punched out by the keeper. Ball pinballs around. Second chance. Huddleston with the goal. Coming in from the right side. The keeper's left and blasted it inside the near post. And the Cowgirls with Cammie Huddleston's goal, her second of the year, give the Cowgirls a 2-0 lead. Rasha Roberts, 5'11" senior out of St. Thomas, Jamaica. Well, her part of the world has been devastated in the last couple of weeks by hurricanes. Checks into the match for the Cowgirls. She went to high school in Florida. And she is in the match right now, number 10 for the Sooners. She's a very tall player and very quick. Brings the ball into the forward end. Sets it up toward the square. Keeper will come out and take that roller and pick it up. Roberts doesn't play much. Doesn't have a goal this year. Doesn't have an assist. But I'm telling you, just by being on the ground, she is a force for Oklahoma. We have seen her in 4 years this year, or 4 years player now in her 4th year for the Sooners. And she's everywhere. Sooners trying to win it and keep it in their own end, but the Cowgirls take it defensively. This is Rodriguez. Well, this crowd has come alive again here in the second half. We're nearly halfway through, a 2-0 lead. So we're trying to dig it out, but it's one over here and on, well, for a moment, and then the Sooners send it back into the offensive end. Tight play along this near sideline. Now Huddleston with a chance. Yeah, and she'll beat her defender here in front of us. Here she comes, center of the ground. Looks to bring it forward. Here's Khumba. Chance around one man. Can she clear it in front? Does. An open man on the wing. Shot goes wide. From the far wing to the near post, that ball goes wide left. That was Morgan, I believe, coming in from the right side. Cowgirls will sub in again here. This is Claire Ganser, who started the game. Checks back in here in the second half for Oklahoma State. Sooners also sub in here as well. And this is Hannah Malone, a freshman from Edmond Memorial, who checks in for Coach Matt Potter. Morgan checks out for the Cowgirls. She just missed one a moment ago. RVs are starting to check in for tomorrow's game here with the fans to watch the TCU Horned Frogs and the Cowgirls here, or Cowboys here tomorrow at 2:30. Now Zoller off a deep ball, near wing, on the offensive end, centers it, cleared away by the Sooners. Back to the halfway line, and Ganser will knock down this ball that was touched by Lenhart. With 26:20 to go in the match, Cowgirls lead the Sooners 2-0 here. The Bedlam Series presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma and in part by Anheuser-Busch, Homeland Grocery, the Oklahoma Blood Institute, and Life Share Oklahoma. And a trip there and a foul on Oklahoma to the right of the halfway line across from us. And you can see these Sooners again, by the way, in the Big 12 Championship Tournament. Who knows what the draw will be 7 weeks from now, or 6 weeks from now, when we go to Kansas City. Cowgirls deep kick into the forward end, onside, but the Sooners will run it down, send it back up the sideline for a Cowgirl throw-in at about the 30-yard line. Whistles blow here. Do we have subs? No. Just setting the ball for play. Cowgirls send it in. This is So over on the far wing with 25:20 to go, leading 2-0. Sooners trying to turn it. Cowgirls send it back to the halfway line. Tressfield along the near wing here to Rodriguez, who sends it deep. And Zoller knocks it down, but has a 2-on-1 disadvantage. Now Marlowe with a little second kick there to send it back toward the keeper to keep her watching. And McKinley Crone will play it forward. Plays off a man and then to Rivas along this near wing, and it goes out for a Cowgirl throw-in with 24:50 left to play. And now I know why I didn't park at the south end of the building here. They ran everybody out of here at 5:30. That's the deal. I came by. There was all kinds of places to park, and I'm going, now, wait a minute. This is too simple. So I parked over here on the north side. That lot doesn't clear till 8 o'clock. We will be gone by then. Cowgirls back on defense, playing it to our right. Trying to go from right to left into the forward end, still in the defensive back end. Sooners bring numbers up, trying to get one back here as they're down 2-0, but here's a nice pass. Here's a Zoller. Run down, though, and sent back to the keeper by Paige Wells. Sooners have now been outscored 15-6 in 9.5+ games here. Running this down is Webb as the Sooners have it deep in the Cowgirl defensive zone. And they play it across toward the square. Play by Yost there was cleared away by a couple of Cowgirls, and this will go out across the back line, I believe, for a corner. Substitution first for Oklahoma as Madison Verge is checked in. Freshman out of Broken Arrow, played her high school ball at Tulsa Union. And she will play the corner kick from the right of the keeper, Ungaro. With 23:30 to go in the game. Cloud covers kind of moved back in here at Cowgirl Soccer Complex. That's why our picture variety will change occasionally on Facebook Live. It's because of the sun, or lack of it. Fans will enjoy the clouds a little bit there, though. And here's the kick. High toward the 6. It bends in. A header by OSU by Ganser. For the moment, clears it out. Now a touch will be sent into the square by Rivas, a left-footed kick. Pinballs in the air and knocked down on a header by the Cowgirls, but back to the halfway line. And Malone will take it for the Sooners from there. A little short touch into Dow. Knocked away there by Tressfield. Now back to the halfway line, and the Cowgirls have the possession. A little give and go going here with Jones and Zoller. Now Marlowe will send it, I should say it's JC, will send it over to the far wing. And they'll play it forward from there. With 22:40 halfway through this second half almost left, and the Cowgirls leading the Sooners 2-0. Sooners intercept, try to play it off, but Cowgirls have numbers at the halfway line, and they'll send it back across to the near side to Claire Ganser. Claire's played a lot of minutes this year. The sophomore out of Plano sends it forward for Zoller. Near side, looks for the cross, has it in front, chance for a deflection. Cowgirl player tripping over her own man there as coming in was So, and she got tangled up with her own man there in Huddleston. And OU will get a goal kick out of this. And Haley Woodard is back in for Oklahoma State. Marlo Zoller is out for Oklahoma State. With 21:50 left in the match. 2 goals in the second half, one by Woodard, one by Huddleston. The Cowgirls lead 2-0. Deep ball by the Sooners toward Ongaro. She'll let that play toward the 6 and just pick it up. Roberts will come down and keep her honest, and now she'll pick the ball up near the back line. Time is not an ally of the Sooners now. It's on the side of the Cowgirls, especially with a 2-goal lead. Here's the punt by Ungaro. Wind dies down occasionally and then picks right back up again. So she kicks that into about an 18-mile-an-hour wind. The ball pinballs off of a player and goes out of bounds off the Sooners. Cowgirl throw-in across the way. And 21:07 to go. Are we going to take a break here? I believe we are, as the teams are going to be allowed to take a water, Gatorade, Powerade break, whatever's on the sidelines over there. And we did this about 15 minutes into the first half. We're doing it about 30 minutes, well, not 30, about 24 minutes into the second half. And a nice hand by the Cowgirl fans for the Cowgirl players and for the Sooner fans that are here, well, for their players down the way to our right. Here's the remaining schedule for Oklahoma State. And again, the rest of the games tonight in the Big 12, Kansas at TCU. All these games are 6 o'clock or later. That game on Fox Sports Southwest. K-State at Tech. West Virginia at Baylor. And then Iowa State at Texas, and that game's on the Longhorn Network. The rest of the Cowgirl schedule don't play again until a week from today when the Cowgirls go to TCU. TCU right now sits at 7-2 and just outside the top 25. Then it's Baylor here for a Sunday matchup, 1 o'clock October 1st. And Baylor is right now behind Texas, the number 2 team in the league, 6-1-1. Baylor, as I mentioned, playing West Virginia tonight, a big test for them down in Waco. The Cowgirls then have that turn where they go to West Virginia and to Iowa State on the same weekend. West Virginia game is 2 weeks from today. The Iowa State game is 2 weeks from Sunday. Then another road game the next Friday at Texas Tech. And then no Sunday game that weekend. And the Cowgirls are home for a Friday-Sunday 2-game homestand with K-State and Kansas. And then the road trip to Texas. And then the Big 12 tournament that next week in Kansas City. As the season will end for everybody on October 27th. All right, after the short water break here, let's see what these two teams do here in the final 21:07. Cowgirls have second half goals from Woodard and from Huddleston. Huddleston got an assist on Haley's goal 4 minutes into the second half. And it's a 2-0 Cowgirl lead. There will be a throw-in coming up here. See where they set the ball for play. Official has not signaled for play to resume yet, so we're waiting on here. Our referee is Les Stalmach. He's done a very good job today. Sooners are going to sub here before we get anything else done. This is Jordan Hobart, a starter, who checks back into the match, replacing Lizzie Llewellyn, who's played the entire game for Oklahoma. So other than halftime and the water breaks, he has played the whole game. Here's the throw-in taken by the Cowgirls on the far wing as we drop under 21 to go. Leading 2-0 Oklahoma State over Oklahoma, the Bedlam Series presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma. Sooners will win the ball off the touch. They'll just play it to the sideline. Not sure what that was all about, if we have an injured player or the issue here. Something. Another sub. Yeah, Llewellyn had to go out for a moment, and she'll check right back in. That was the situation as Hobart comes back to the bench. That took about 17 seconds off the clock, and the Cowgirls will get the throw in again. And here they come on offense across the line from our right to left, and now a push after they lose the ball, and the Sooners will get a free kick. This is a better situation, obviously, for Oklahoma State with a 2-goal lead. O'Donnell on this near wing trying to get it across the line on Huddleston. Tammy, one of the sensational freshman group for the Cowgirls here at the past the halfway point now in the season. This is, for OSU, game number 11. Just 8 left after today. Ganser along the near sideline sends it forward. Deep ball, trying to find Huddleston. There's Woodard, but the ball kicked away by the keeper. With the win past the halfway line with 19:50 to go. Cowgirls with a 2-0 lead here in Stillwater, trying to beat the Sooners for the second time in 2 meetings. Deep ball, a bouncer comes to the keeper, and the Cowgirls are offsides anyway. Far side official calls the Cowgirls for offsides. That's 8 times, I believe, this afternoon that the Cowgirls have been called for offsides. And that one, Colin didn't understand. He's down here asking about it with his coach, Justin Elkington. I couldn't hear what he said, but he was saying something. Not to the official. Header by the Cowgirls and a deep ball by the Sooners. Knocked down the defensive end with 19:18 to go. So trying to win it. Sooners take it, bring it forward. This is Dow. 10 yards off the 18, sends it back the other way. Malone trying to play it forward. Nice knockdown by the Cowgirls. Huddleston, and they take it away. Cleared to the far sideline. That's too deep for Woodard, I think, to run it down. Keeper touches it and sends it back to her defense. Sooners in the crimson and cream, playing from our left to right. Cowgirls in the darker uniforms with the white numbers if you're watching on Facebook Live or on OKState.com. Ball by the Sooners, played forward. O'Donnell knocked down by the Cowgirls. Ganser left it in open ground. Sooners will take it away. This is Llewellyn outside the 18 near wing. Looks to center it for Malone. Over on the far side. Player over there to pick it up. Try to blast it. Does, and over the top of the crossbar. That play from way out by Verge. Subs coming in again here for the Cowgirls. Marlo Zoller checks back in. And the other player checking back in for OSU is Charmaine Morgan. Yep. I knew they were going to open up this south lot for the RV people at either 5 or 5:30, and here they come, and they're coming in here by the droves now. So if you're parked over here on the south side, you're in trouble, unless you're supposed to be there. And a foul at the halfway line on the Cowgirls, and this will be a free kick for OU with 17:40 to go. See, I thought I'd second-guess myself by parking up here, not down here. I remembered, wait a minute, we have a game tomorrow. Park up here, to the north. I got 3 hours to get out up here. I'm good. So sometimes you just have to remember. Keeper's going to take this kick. Strong right leg all the way down into the 6. Sooners looking for the header. The Cowgirls get it. Now it's headed back toward the square. Another header out by the Cowgirls. Another toward the keeper. And it bounces to Ongaro from outside the 18. Follow the bouncing ball. And a punt by Ongaro will send it the other way with 16:50 to go. Cowgirls with a 2-0 lead if you've just joined us. Woodard and Huddleston with goals here in the second half. All played off to the sideline, and this will be a Sooner throw-in. Cammy, by the way, came out of the game when Zoller came back in, and now 2 subs for Oklahoma as Yost and Emily Parker, a new player who we saw quite a bit of, by the way, in the game down in Norman, is into the game here for the first time this afternoon. They've been battling some injuries. Now down the ground is Roberts, trying to play it to the sideline. The ball off the Cowgirls, and a throw in here by Llewellyn. They're just trying to get one back here to try to get it to where they can get the equalizer. Right now, 2 goals down are the Sooners with 16 to go. On the throw in, this is O'Donnell looking to center it. Ball's popped way up in the air. Zoller will head it down and play it forward. Jones trying to play it to Woodard. It's too deep, and the keeper way out of the box. Well, a short little kick. And, boy, if she misses that, it's an open goal for OSU's Haley Woodard. No intimidation there on Crone, not at all. Now they'll play it back the other way. This is Roberts, top of the square. Trying to go inside. Ball's cleared away by the Cowgirls to the sideline. Nice play by Ganser, and she'll just kick it up the ground for a throw-in. 15.5 to go. The Cowgirls lead at 2-0 here in Stillwater, trying to go to a record of 8-1-2 and 1-0 to start Big 12 play. Sooners with it on the touch inside the 25 area. Escobedo. Ball's deflected up in the air, and the keeper Ongaro will just fall on it before Dow can come over and make a play outside the 6-yard square. So the ball belongs to OSU. 15 minutes left in this one. Don't forget, special promotions and ticket packages for the final 3 games of the season here at home. 877-all-4 OSU. There are special season ticket packages left, by the way, for football. Tomorrow's game is sold out. But you can get home tickets, which would include the OU game, in a special package by calling that same number. You can also get individual tickets for every game except the Sooner game. You have to have season tickets for that game. Nice win by the Sooners at the halfway line, and they'll play it forward for Roberts. Down the center of the ground, Llewellyn. Coming in is Dow, right side, left to the keeper. Stops it inside the 18 square. The ball's cleared away for a moment. Now Ganser trying to clear it. It's blocked. And to the back line, that'll go off Oklahoma. And a Cowgirl goal kick coming up. Again, the Bedlam Series presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma, also by our partners, Anheuser-Busch, Homeland Grocery, Oklahoma Blood Institute, and Life Share Oklahoma. Don't forget the big Pro Tennis Championship is going on here in Stillwater starting Sunday at the Michael and Ann Greenwood Tennis Center. You can see a lot of very good players for very little money. Men's and women's competition. Tickets available at 877-all-4 OSU. O'Donnell wins this ball at the halfway line and then gets tripped up from behind by Loren Tressfield. That'll be a foul about the 24-yard line. Sooners with a free kick angled to the left. Clock continues to run during all this, by the way, with 13:20 to go. And for our local listeners here in Stillwater, high school football at 6:30 with Perkins Tryon at Chandler. Right here is kickoff at 7. Tory Bowman will take the free kick. 4-man wall at the 22 for the Cowgirls. Angles to the left. It would be football from the near hash. Let's see what they do with it. Indirect kick over to the top of the square. And a chance there is blocked by Woodard. Boy, she anticipates well there and takes the ball away from O'Donnell. Now the Sooners get it right back, though. And we may have had a injured player here on that play, as getting up slowly is O'Donnell. And they may be calling a foul here on Oklahoma State, and they did. So this is straight on to the keeper at about the 30-yard line. Now, the last time it didn't go direct with Bowman. Let's see what they do here. Cowgirls with 12:15 to go. Kind of a 2-man line set up at the 24. This kick from beyond the 30. Straight ahead to the keeper by Bowman coming up. Let's see what they do. Well, they sent it to the wide side. A chance there and a blast. It'll go in, it looks like, off the foot of Rasha Roberts. It's a 2-1 Cowgirl lead. Roberts gets way up in the air for the, I would say, the sideways bicycle-type kick, and beats Ongaro inside the far post. That's her first goal of the year. What did I tell you about her when she came into the game? She sets up a lot of opportunities, but she gets some too. And now it's a 1-goal game with under 12 to play. And again, that's the first of the year for Rasha Roberts, the senior from Jamaica. Well, that changes the dynamic here just a little bit. Colin Carmichael saying something to the sideline official here about maybe the placement of the ball a moment ago. Cammie Huddleston will check back in, as will Hannah Webb for the Cowgirls. As So and Ganser will go out. They get a nice hand as they come to the sideline. The wind picks back up again here. Again, it looked like that their player that scored a moment ago, Roberts, is coming in from the backside, beat her man to the ball, and with that kind of sideways bicycle-looking kick, got the goal to make it 2-1. Cowgirls have to go back on offense again. Morgan, who's back in, down the ground. That ball goes to the sideline, though, and a throw in for Oklahoma. Well, this gives them renewed optimism here with 11:30 to go. Now the equalizer could send us to overtime. Again, time is not on their side. So they're going to play up and hurried here to the ball. On the wing near side on the dribble and bring it forward is Webb. Webb taken off her feet, and finally a foul, and they call it on the Cowgirls, and Colin Carmichael is livid on the near sideline. Well, yeah, and our fans don't like it either, and the reason is that would be hooking in hockey. You'd get a 2-minute penalty for that. Might get a 5-minute minor for that in hockey. But it's the last person who moves their arm, and that's what the officials saw. Right, wrong, or indifferent, free kick for Oklahoma. That ball will be headed forward, but into the 6-yard square where Ongaro will take it. Roberts will come down and play to her, and she'll pick up the ball and punt it away. And she can take her time here against the wind with 10:40 to go. The Cowgirls lead it 2-1. Well, that play, right, wrong, or indifferent, as I said a moment ago, will get the crowd back into this game. Ball on the far sideline, a header by the Cowgirls. They just try to play it up the ground, send it forward. The Sooners have numbers at the halfway line, and Malone will play it into the forward end. It's it down here to Escobedo. Her ball knocked away and taken by Webb. Webb, deep kick. Here's Haley Woodard. She'll catch up to this one. She is not offside. Top of the square, shot, score! Woodard beat the defender and then beat the keeper. That's her second goal today and her 5th of the year. And that may be enough to win this one. Deep ball set her up. With 10:03 left, Sooners scored just a moment ago, and the Cowgirls get it right back in less than a minute. So now it's a 2-goal game again, and the Cowgirls can kind of go back to what they were doing. Sooners will sub here again. Coming into the match is Rivas again. The Cowgirls, after scoring only 1 goal in their last 2 games, have scored 3 today. And Darby Hargrove checks back in for OU also, as Kaylee Dow checks out. Also checking out for them is Christina O'Donnell with 10 minutes left in the game. Well, again, it doesn't matter what the game is, where it's played, it's Bedlam. And right now, it's on the side of Oklahoma State. Sooners off the kickoff will try to win this ball and play it into the forward end. Under 10 to go now. They play it deep, knocked down by Honners. Had a good game defensively, but it bounces to Roberts. As they're back to the goal, plays it back to the midfield area. Taken there by Bowman. To the wing near side. Sooners have to play it backwards. Now a deeper ball from out high by Welch. Knocked away by Tressfield. So after the crowd got back into the game after the foul a moment ago, and now another foul here along the sideline, and they'll call this on Oklahoma State as Marlo Zoller boarded Hannah Malone into the sideline. Sooner throw in, or a free kick rather, on the near sideline to our right with 9:10 to go. So they stay on the aggression. Woodard gets the open pass, beats the defender and the keeper, and scores from 25 out to make it 3-1. Deep ball off the free kick. Header again. Here's a chance for the Sooners. It goes wide to the far post. That blast from out top appeared to be by Bowman. Goal kick for Oklahoma State. 8:40 to go. Again, the Cowgirls can take their time. Ongaro will set this up for Loren Tressfield to kick. Will kick it from the 6-yard line. Her boot against the wind, strong. Again, that also helps the keeper, who's played the entire game, stay fresher without having to kick this. He has more energy left here for the final 8. Ball ahead by the Cowgirls into the offensive end, but run down by Brem on the defensive side for the Sooners. And left to right, they'll come back the other way with 8:10 to go. Near side wing on the pass, Escobedo. Across the line and into the forward end. Playing it on 2 defenders. Splits them, gets tripped up. Sooners lose the ball. Cowgirls take it away. That was some play by Anna Webb. Now to Woodard. Every time she touches it, the crowd goes crazy. Down the near wing. Looks to center it. Nobody there. Zoller had not caught up to the ball yet. I want to correct myself. That wasn't Webb a moment ago. That was J.C. Jones on that defensive play. Now the ball blocked by Marlowe from outside the 6. and the keeper sees it go across the back line as Marlowe just came in and said, hey, if you're going to try to kick this off me, I'm going to leave my feet and try to block it. That's a legal play as long as you don't touch it with your arms or your hands. At that point, the defender, which was the offensive player for the Cowgirls. You don't see that very often. That was kind of different. 3-1 the score, 7:15 left. Cowgirls on top. Here come the Sooners at the other end. A blast from outside. Goes wide to the far post. May have been deflected. Let's see. Officials have not indicated yet. Taylor Olson checks back in for the Cowgirls. Word will go out probably for the final time. And she gets a standing ovation from the majority of this crowd here at the Cowgirls Soccer Complex. And this is a goal kick for Oklahoma State. Ganser will take this one. A low line driver. It's Rodriguez, I should say. Up the near sideline. The ball back toward the side. Over here on front of the Sooner bench. Cleared back to halfway by the Cowgirls, or trying to anyway. Olson knocks it down, and they'll pick it up and send it forward. Jones down the ground. Here's Olson trying to split two defenders. They win the ball and bring it back the other way for OU with 6:20 to go. Cowgirls with a 3-1 lead. 2 goals in the second half by Woodard, 1 by Huddleston, and a goal by Roberts for OU here in the second half that made it 2-1. Welch will bring it forward for OU. On the near side, Escobedo, playing it to the middle of the ground near the halfway line. And it's just set deep here by Bowman in front of the square Roberts, but it's cleared away by the Cowgirl defense. And again, right to left, they try to go the other way and do. They send it deep down the ground. They have 2 defenders and a keeper back against Olson. This will just come right to McKinley Crone with 5:48 left. You like the way this is shaping up. Cowgirls won the earlier matchup 2-1. That was the first win in 5 meetings. And now they're 5.5 away from sweeping the season series. It would be the 22nd win in school history against OU in soccer. That ball is blocked, but right behind that area where it was blocked along the near sideline, Cowgirls have a defender. Sooners trying to play it forward. Cowgirls have in their own zone, tripped up, and a foul, yes, right in front of us. As Webb taken off her feet for a free kick. I think she was going to sub out anyway. Ganser checks back in. No, I take that back. Ganser checks back in for J.C. Jones, who I believe comes out for the first time today. And it did go off OU, so it's a throw-in for the Cowgirls with under 5 to go. Ganser plays it forward to Olson, and they'll go back defensively, and Brim will play this ball back to the keeper, and they'll send it right back to Madeline Brim. Well, this parking lot in less than a half hour filled up with RVs to our south. Not surprising given the sellout crowd we're supposed to have here tomorrow. Ganser plays it back at the halfway line to Rodriguez. To Zoller, now back to Ganser right here below us to our right. Sooners trying to keep the Cowgirls from sending it back and out of their offensive zone with 4:20 to go. Here's Olson, center of the ground. Brings it in, 3 defenders back plus the keeper. Don't have any help back there at the moment. They'll just send this ball defensively back to the keeper, Crone. He'll send a low line drive back to the halfway line where it's picked up by Lennart. And the Sooners will win the loose ball possession, and we have 4 minutes left in the game. Cowgirls that close to the second win against OU this year. Roberts along the near sideline in front of her bench. Offensive end to our right has it for OU. Little touch down the near sideline to the corner to Rivas. Looks for the cross. Plays it back outside the box to Escobedo. Now back to Rivas in the corner. There's the cross in front. A chance. That ball's deflected out. Spins back toward the square. And who blocked that ball and took it out of the square? I don't think it was Ongaro. I think it was one of the defensive players who knocked it away. A chance at goal there for Oklahoma with 3:20 to go. Here's Roberts outside the box. The ball stays at that end of the ground as the Cowgirls can't clear it. Looking to come into the square, left side. Ball's knocked away across the back line in the Sooner corner here with 3 minutes to go. Well, despite the score, it's a 2-score game as the clock goes under 3 to play. This thing is far from over. Sooner showed the ability a little bit ago to get a chance. Madison Verge checks back in, and Bethany Block back in out of Phoenix. So nearly everybody playing today for Oklahoma who can play. Corner kick will come with 2.5 to go. It'll be under that to the right of Michaela Ungaro. Trying to pick up her 6th win of the year. Anna Malone will take the corner. Right-footed kicker. Low line drive to the square. Headed out. Cowgirls, though, they knock it down. Sooners have it right of the square. And that ball is dribbled out of the square. Now the Sooners have to come back in again. Cowgirls will clear it back to the halfway line with 2 minutes to go. Sooner keeper is all the way to the halfway line, so all of their players, the other 10, are all attackers at this point. Cowgirls are going to win the ball in open field here with 1:55 to go. They play it forward. Sooners at the halfway line. Back. Cowgirls defending with Webb. Turn it. Try to go the other way. Sooners going left to right when they have the ball, and a foul by Oklahoma State. Right in front of the scorer's table here along this near sideline, past the halfway line. And their keeper, McKinley Crone, who has a very strong leg, is going to take this kick. That allows for 10 to move toward the square, and it basically gives you an extra attacker. It's like pulling your goalie in hockey. In this case, the goalkeeper sets up the free kick with 1:20 to go. Here's a shot, or I should say a kick into the 6-yard square. Chance there for the Sooners, trying to clear at the Cowgirls, and they do up the near sideline. And here's Taylor Olson. Now, one man to beat, except the keeper. Olson around the keeper. Have a chance at an open goal. Olson shoots. She will score. No offsides, and the Cowgirls go up 4-1. With 1:01 to go, Taylor Olson, who had a hat trick in the game at UTSA earlier this year, has picked up her 5th. And that will be the clincher in this one. And that's the problem with playing everybody forward. If you only have one man back besides the keeper, you beat both of them, and it's an open goal. The Cowgirls were on sides, no question about that. And it's a 4-1 lead over the Sooners. Under a minute to go in the game. Oklahoma State will win this and go to 8-1-2. Sooners will drop to 2-7-1 with 2 losses against Oklahoma State. That ball to the back line, and they'll be taken there by Ungaro with 40 seconds to go in the game. Cowgirls will go to 1-0-0 in the league, and Oklahoma will lose their Big 12 opener. 30 seconds to go. Deep ball kicked by Ungaro past the halfway line. Sooners still playing, but you can just kind of tell they're out of energy now after that goal by Olson. 18 seconds to go. Cowgirls are on the attack, bring it down the far side, and that ball will go out. No, it will stay in as the offensive player fell down. 10 seconds left. You'll hear the crowd count this down to a Cowgirl win. Bedlam belongs to the Cowgirls. Oklahoma State 4, I should say, and OU 1 as the Cowgirls win this Bedlam matchup. 2 in a row for Oklahoma after having lost 4 straight before this season. Post game coming up. This is Cowgirl Soccer from Learfield.
Can you name the university that has won the most football games? At Johnson's of Kingfisher, we have a record number of new Ram 1500s and 2500s, America's longest lasting pickups. In stock and during Ram Power Days, our low prices will win you over. Who has won the most college football games? The University of Michigan. Make that short drive to Kingfisher during Ram Power Days. It's our 90th year and still going strong at Johnson's of Kingfisher, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram.
Same name.
Same family.
Since 1927.
At Stillwater Medical Center, we're asking for more.
From our nurses
and our staff. We're devoting ourselves to providing unhurried and compassionate care.
Our mission is simple, to perfect the patient experience.
It's everything you expect from a major medical center.
With all the things that you love about a hometown hospital. Learn more about our mission at stillwatermedical.com.
The Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma presents the INFR Finals Rodeo on Saturday, September 23rd at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday the 24th at 9 a.m. Bring the family and watch professional cowboys performing tricks full of danger and excitement. Experience the thrill of the Region 8 AMA-IRA Rodeo on the Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma outdoor event grounds. Tickets available at Cimarron Casino, the Iowa Travel Plaza, or online at nativemarketplace.com. For full details, visit cimarroncasino.com.
Need the right tool for the job? No matter how large or small, Herc Rentals is the place to go. Right here in Stillwater, Oklahoma, right now. Ask about the perfect tools for that job at Herc Rentals on South Perkins Road. Go online to hercrentals.com.
No hype, no baloney, just sound, stable financial products and people who get you what you need. University and Community Federal Credit Union. Visit CUIntouch.com or come in 311 East McElroy to learn the privileges of membership. Federally insured by NCUA. Oh yeah, Fridays are fried bologna sandwich days.
Very jubilant crowd here, and the alma mater being played in the background as the Cowgirls sing that from the field, and the crowd says it from the stands. Oklahoma State 4-1, the final over OU. The 22nd win in 32 games, or 32 matches against Oklahoma. And here at home, 11-3-2 now the Cowgirl record, and 2-0 on the season, 1-0 in the league, and 8-1-2 overall. Oklahoma 2-7-1. Starts out Big 12 play with a loss. Ongaro with the victory today. She is now 6-1-2. Gave up one goal. And McKinley Crone takes the loss. She is now 2-7-1. She has played every minute in goal for Oklahoma this season. Cowgirls with 2 goals from Haley Woodard. A goal from Cammie Huddleston, who also got an assist today. Also a goal for Oklahoma State